family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A-N-LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes, it's just my personal opinion. You shouldn't take it as fact. You shouldn't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. All right, fam. Now, right about now, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. All right. If you're new to the channel, fam, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and subscribe. I think you're going to enjoy the content. If you don't, you can always unsubscribe later. I'm not going to come looking for you. It's all good. All right. And if you're an existing family member / subscriber, fam, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. All right, look, fam, let's get into this one. So in this episode, fam, I'm going to try to tackle a couple of things, both of which I think are important. One, I'm going to review some off-body carry options, and while I'm doing that, I am going to also talk about off-body carry. Now, I am not a big fan of off-body carry, typically speaking, primarily because I think it raises the percentage likelihood that you can get separated from your firearm. But sometimes we have to. Sometimes either it's because of the way we're dressed or whatever, on-body carry is just not a good option. And so what do we do in those events? So I'm going to look at a few different options. So what I have done in years past is I used this Coach bag. And it's a sling type bag. Now, the thing about this, it's stylish, it's sexy, it's whatever. It certainly does not scream firearm, which is one of the reasons why I liked it. I also liked it because I could carry pretty much any of my guns would fit into it. And not only would it fit any of my guns, and I'll use this as an example. This is my P365 XL, and as you can see, it can fit the gun as well as the holster, right? The bad thing is it's a tough draw though when you don't have that, and you gotta kind of reach in and kind of get a good purchase on the holster. Tough. It's really made more so to pull and then draw than the other way around. And so to have a fast, draw, this was not ideal. I wanted to see if I could come up with a better off-body carry option. And fam, look, fam, you know how your boy is. Man, I started doing extensive research. I fell down the rabbit hole, fam. And I started reaching out to companies. I started just buying bags. I wanted to find the perfect off-body carry bag. And I wanted something that was kind of off-body but still on-body. So I wanted either like a fanny pack or a sling or something that could serve both. And I picked up a few bags, and I want to kind of talk you through the pros and cons of each of them. All right? So let's get it started. All right, fam, the first bag up on the list is the 5.11 tactical fanny pack. Now, in theory, fam, this would be really, really good. And a lot of this, and this is another thing I think we're going to end up talking about because of this episode, is how you set up your gun. How is your gun set up? What accessories do you have on your firearm? In a world where red dots are fastly becoming the mainstay, in a world where weapon lights are fastly becoming the mainstay, do you have one or both of those on your firearm? And the reason why I ask that is because look, this is a well constructed bag. You've got storage pouches on either side. You can put, you know, your keys will fit in there. You know, other small items, you know, maybe a little pocket knife or whatever will fit in these side pockets. And so that's good. The main compartment here is for your firearm, and it is a tactical. So they have a place down there where you can, you know, throw in a couple of spare magazines, and then your firearm sits in this pocket and it opens up. So it can go, well, it's two things. Number one, there's a little mesh pad here, and this is supposed to be the trigger guard. So you slide your gun in, and it goes all the way to the back on this side right here. So you, in theory, you slide it through there. The barrel of the gun goes in here, and your firearm sits here, and you can, you know, get a nice draw from that position, right? Here is the problem. That in this small package, it really does, if you have like a light, it really doesn't fit in this space. So you lose the benefit of having a trigger guard. And let me just say this, on top of that, having a trigger guard that's made from like elastic material is not the best scenario anyway, because you don't want something to fidget and get its way into that trigger guard. That's why most holsters are made of Kydex, because you can't do that, right? But a finger or whatever comes up against this the wrong kind of way, and I definitely would not put anything else in this middle compartment besides a firearm, because it can definitely work its way underneath and do something. But even if it's covered with the little material there, is it likely that you'll have an accidental discharge? Probably not, but I don't believe in likely. I'm trying to I'm trying to avoid it at all costs. But in any event, it wouldn't work for me anyway unless I took my weapons light off. And you know, bad things happen at night. I want a weapons light on my firearm. So then you're forced to try to, okay, well, I'll just put it in here the regular way, right? And so the trigger guard isn't covered, but you'll see that the firearm, you can get it still in, but the trigger guard is open, which is problematic, like we discussed, right? The real problem is I've got an extended base mag on here, and I've got the light, and it will not zip up. And this is a relatively small firearm. So while the bag is very well constructed, very well made, that part is great. But I don't know, these manufacturers have to realize that times have changed. People are running red dots on their guns now. People who make holsters that don't account for weapons lights and red dots, what are y'all doing? Stop it. Stop taking those, right? You have to factor in all of the new ergonomics that go on with these accessories, because these accessories are here to stay, and they're only going to be more, they're only going to dominate the market more and more. And so while I really like the 511 tactical fanny pack, it's very kind of low profile, stealth, it doesn't scream firearm, it doesn't scream gun, and it has some additional storage space for you. I feel like that part of it is great, but that's only going to work if you're not running a red dot and you're not running a weapons light. And it's only going to work if you have a really small gun. So think bare bone, micro compact. This is a good option. All right. Absent that, this is not the bag for you. All right, fam. Next up is the Comfort Tac bag. And this, they make a small one and a large one. Given what my experience was with the 511 tactical bag, I felt like I needed to get a larger bag just to kind of compensate for all that. And so I will say this about this bag. It is nowhere near as stylish as the 511 tactical bag, right? It screams dad bag, and really it screams non-cool dad bag. But what it does not scream necessarily is gun or firearm. So I could sacrifice some cool points to be able, when I absolutely positively need to, roll off body with something like this, no problem. And it allows for even more storage. So you've got a zipper up front there that, you know, will fit most phones, and it slides down in there, no problem, no fuss, no muss. So that's great. We got room for a cell phone. Remember, the 511 Tactical really didn't have that kind of space or room. It has another zipper pouch here. That's a good size pouch, and you know, you could also put your phone in here. You could put spare magazines here. You could put your wallet here, your keys here. So in this one, remember the 511 Tactical had a couple space for some spare mags, but no real place for your phone. No real place for a wallet, or unless it was a really small billfold kind of, and obviously a really small gun. But this solves that. So you got plenty of storage space. You don't have to worry about having anything in your pockets or anything like that. So if you're wearing athletic shorts, which is what a lot of people do when they're off body and carrying, it's because what they're wearing isn't, you know, easily conducive to carrying a firearm. And so if you've got your athletic shorts on or whatever, man, you can, all of it is all good here. Now let's talk about the gun bag, because at the essence of it, that's why we got this bag for, right? So number one, it zips down really easy, and it has a quick zip feature that allows you to really get to your gun quickly. So I like that about that. The other thing I like about it, number two, you've got a couple of mag pouches on the side, so that's great. So you have some additional capacity there. It has your gun goes here. Now, here's what I like about this fanny pack over, say, the 511 Tactical. This one, the other feature that the Comfort Tech has that the 511 Tactical didn't have is that Comfort Tech is designed to have your gun facing downward like that. Like it normally would be if it's on an appendix rig or open carry setup, right? And as you can see, the Comfort Tech does comfortably handle my P365 in a way that the 511 Tactical couldn't. I still don't feel comfortable about carrying one in the head, but look, at least I got my gun, it's concealed. But the other thing is, it's facing downward, whereas on the 511 Tactical bag, it was facing this way. So now if I'm carrying one in the chamber, if I did feel comfortable carrying one, I'm flagging everybody. As I turn right, left, or whatever, I'm flagging everybody. So it's bad enough I shoot myself with an AD. It's awful if I end up shooting somebody else, right? And so this gun is designed to face downward like every other holster is designed to do, to prevent that flagging issue. And so that part is good. So look, I say Comfort Tech did a good job in making a gun, a fanny pack that gives you capacity to carry everything that you need, and all your storage, your wallet, your phone, all that in a setup that has the gun facing down, where your trigger is covered, even if it's only covered with like a material, right? That bothers, and it is double coated. So part of that is good, but look, I just, that's me. Easy draw, so that part of it is great. Easy to put it back in. That part is great. Zips up, no problem, no fuss, no muss. But I would say this, it carries the P365, but if you have a gun that's bigger than a micro compact, say like my Walther PDP here, not so much. Not so much. Just trying to get it all the way down here is a hassle. It won't zip up all the way. If you try to pull it when it's this far down, you'll see that the sight is going to come up against that material. Can you train your way around that to get a better pull? Maybe, but it's not going to fit. It's not going to fit like a full-size gun. So if you're somebody that likes to carry, like a Glock 19 or a Glock 17, probably even in the large, it's not going to be a great option. All right, fam, next up, we've got the Vanquest fanny pack. Look, fam, I love the Vanquest fanny pack. I feel, first of all, way more stylish than the, and it comes in different colors. But that black multicam is setting it off. Stop playing with me. More stylish than the Comfort Tac, but also roomy, right? We've got a big pouch up front that will fit your phone, fit your wallet. You can put your keys in it. In the very back, there's another very large pouch. Again, phone, wallet, whatever the case may be, all good there. And then the main pouch, the main firearm pouch, again, it comes with these very large looping tags, so it makes it easy to access your firearm quickly. Inside, you'll see you've got this molly where you can put additional, magazines there, and it's got an open spot for your gun. Now, the thing, and it also has an interior pouch where if you wanted to put something in there, you certainly could. Maybe a tool, knife, or something like that. Now this pack is really roomy. The only thing that I would say is it doesn't have, and it also has a little quick lock. If you want to put your keys on that and keep it outside, you can do that as well. All right, so look, the only thing is this does not have any kind of holster setup inside of it, like to cover your trigger guard and to hold the gun in place, like say the 511 Tactical did or the Comfort Tac. That said, it'll easily fit that P365. It will easily fit my Walther PDP full size. There's not a lot of guns that are not going to fit in this bag. The issue is, again, carrying one in the chamber. I wouldn't recommend it because there is nothing to protect your trigger guard, and so obviously that leaves you at a tactical disadvantage. Now, never fear, if you had a P365 holster, it fits, no problem. If you had a Walther PDP in a holster, no problem. If you had a Staccato C2 Duo in a holster, no problem. Okay, so now we've solved the trigger guard issue. The only thing is, you're still flagging people because it's going, right to left instead of vertically. But, okay, but at least the likelihood of an accidental discharge is far less because it'll fit the holster as well as the gun. The problem is your draw. There is really, you know, you'd have to kind of, it's the same thing I was talking about with this bag where, yeah, it'll fit your holster and everything, but you got to kind of pull it out, then separate it from your holster. So your trigger guard is covered. Size is not an issue, but functionality on the draw is a little more problematic. But I'd say if you're looking for a fanny pack that, you know, looks good, that has room for all your stuff, and you can pretty much carry any firearm you want, even if it's holstered, then this is something to consider. Just know that you're going to have to train on your draw, and it's going to be kind of an unnatural situation. All right, let's go to the last bag we're going to talk about. So look, fam, if you thought your boy was going to let you down by not coming back with a top-notch option for you, you know me far too well. I would never do that. I would never leave you hanging like that, right? And so enter the Vertex SOCP. SOCP stands for Special Operations Combatives Program. Now, this is a sling bag or fanny pack. You can use it either way. It's got this, let me do that. It's got this Velcro option up front for you, and you sit your phone down here in this plastic part, and you can manipulate your phone while it's in the plastic, so that's great. It doesn't have to come off your hip. If it's on your hip, you can just flip it down, do what you need to do, and keep it pushing, so that's great. And it's got a little bit of room for additional storage in there too besides your phone. But never fear, it also has this compartment here, which has a full zipper where you can put your Leatherman's tool and other options there, which is great. It's got these individual pockets here where you can put extra magazines or other things, so that part is phenomenal. So again, we've got an option here that we've got our phone covered, we've got our wallet covered, we've got our keys covered. We got whatever little, you know, micro tools, flashlight or whatever, all can fit in this pouch. So nothing is tying our pockets down. We can move about freely. And it's a good looking case, I would say as well. Now, let's get to the most important part, which is the gun portion of the bag. So in the gun portion of the bag, you can see that there is another pocket there, again, that can hold additional magazines or whatever you see fit. It has a Velcro backing to it there where you can put some other stuff. And it also comes with this. And let me tell you why this little thing is phenomenal. Now, you may look at it and be like, well, you know, 2A-N-LA, you've had other ones that have had little holders that, you know, cover your trigger guard. So what's the good thing about this one? Well, the good thing about this is the flexibility. So you can take a holster like the one I have for my PD5, and you could run it through, you can run the clips of the holster through here like this, and then the back of this tacks down. And so I've done that with my P365 holster. As you can see right there, it is tacked down to the bag. And if I were to take my P365 and load it now, I have Kydex protecting it. It's at an angle that is adjustable, so I can manipulate it to get a better draw action. And most importantly, when I go to draw, boom. Boom. No fuss, no muss. Put it right back in the case. And here's the good news, fam. It works with my P365. It works with my Walther PDP holster. It works with my Staccato C2. Pretty much, you know, I would say most guns are going to fit in this bag. And even most guns will fit in this bag holstered. Let me show you what it looks like with my Walther PDP. Doesn't look any, bigger or whatever. Doesn't scream, certainly doesn't scream tactical or anything like that, right? But when you open it up, you'll see that that is housing not only the holster for my Walther PD, but the PDP as well. And again, because now it's tagged back, easy draw. Easy draw. So back in the bag, 100% protected by the Kydex from the holster. Easy draw, no muss, no fuss. So look, fam, like I said, I went on a journey so that my family didn't have to. I went on a journey so my family didn't have to. I paid for this bag with my own money too. So this was not some, me shilling for Vertex. But Vertex, y'all should hit me up. That's what I do know. That's what I do know. Vertex, y'all should be hollering at your boy. But look, fam, this is a great option. Like I said, it covers the main things that I was concerned about early on. Number one, am I going to be able to fit all of my stuff in one bag? And yes, your phone, your keys, your wallet, your emergency flashlight, everything that you would want to put for everyday carry purposes will fit in this bag, freeing up your waistband, freeing up your pockets, and all of that. So you don't have to worry about that. Number two, will it fit the firearm that I want to carry that particular day? Or am I going to be stuck having to run a gun that has no red dot on it, running a micro compact that has no red dot on it and no light on it? I didn't want that. So yeah, and the reality is I can fit almost any gun, almost any full-size gun, from a micro compact to a full-size gun, and the holster will fit comfortably in this case. So that's resolved. And because I can fit the holster, now I can run with one in the chamber. My trigger guard is protected, and because it comes with the little system here that allows me to tack my holster down, now all of a sudden when I draw, it's smooth and easy. And if I need to put it back, just as easy. Just as easy. And keep in mind, that's a full-size gun, fam. Full size. So look, fam, I have found the answer for me, and hopefully I found an answer for a lot of you guys who have those times when you want to off-body carry, but don't feel like you have something that's going to allow you to do it safely, that's going to fit the gun that you want to carry, and that's going to allow you to still be able to draw in a manner that is very much consistent with your on-body draw. So that's it, fam. The Vertex SOCP. All right, that's it for this episode, fam. As always, until next time, take care of one another and peace.